Happy first day of Believathon from basically the middle of nowhere. Right, it is the 1st of November, so it is Believathon month. I'm pretty excited. I have 11 books that I'm gonna get into, or like hopefully get into. I also have novellas on the go for novellas in November, but this is gonna be fine. I may have bitten off more than I can chew, potentially, but I am not worried about this. Like, the house is on fire, but I like to be warm. I've been up a bit early, not as early as I probably should have, but I have already read a bit of the first book that I'm going to read for Believathon, which is Robin McKinley, The Hero and the Crown. This is the one that works with the prompt to do with magic, like read a book with magic or something. There's quite a lot of magic in this one, so I'm very excited. The book that I think is a prequel to one that I read before, called The Blue Sword, about this like girl named Angharad, which is weird because it's a really Welsh name, and I read that book before I moved to Wales. But she's like an orphan girl or something, and then she finds out that she's actually royalty of this like kingdom, this like fantastical kingdom, and also she has this like royal magical gift, and she like saves everyone from everything, blah blah, with the blue sword. Anyway, so this is a prequel to that. So in that one that I read, in The Blue Sword, they talk a lot about how that Angharad girl was the next Lady Arryn, or like she picked up the blue sword where Lady Arryn, the dragon slayer, left off, or whatever. And this is the story of that legendary Lady Arryn. I'm already on chapter 3, but if I'm going to like realistically stay with some sort of goal, I'm not like a crazy person. Like, I don't need to get through all these books this month, and I don't need to be on track every day. Like I have more of a winging it lifestyle than that, unfortunately. But I did do a bit of calculating, and in order to like roughly get through this book on some sort of schedule, I think I need to get to chapter 9 by the end of the day. That would sort of like split this book roughly in 3, so that I finish it in 3 days. But the main problem with that will be that today is my sister-in-law's wedding. That is why we're in the middle of nowhere. We're in Derbyshire. I don't know if anyone knows anything particular about Derbyshire, but we're in like a tiny village called Rowsley or something, and there is no Starbucks. There is no grocery store. There's no convenience store. There's no cafe, really. There's a pub, but I cannot imagine that it opens before roughly noon. And I need things to open before then because I need coffee. Like, I don't have any problems with nature, okay? I'm just annoyed that I forgot my soy milk at home, and there's nowhere else for me to get coffee. Why? Obviously, this wedding will be cutting into my reading time quite a bit. Like, it's so selfish of her to have a wedding today. Like, why didn't she check with me? Obviously, November is like a really bad month for me. So I need to somehow find coffee or magic it from Woodland, read up until basically chapter 8 or 9, because then there's the wedding, and then there's much drinking and eating, and probably not a lot of reading after that. If everything starts to go roughly downhill in relation to the booking goals, I found a couple weird things on the YouTubes, which is magic, as you all know, of like some people reading this book. So like, I don't have the audiobook of this, but if necessary, I can listen to this very cute, very lovely man read this book on the YouTubes. Y'all, we found coffee. Are you excited? Okay, so in this book so far, it's pretty good. I think I like it. It's early days, but from what I've read so far, I like it. It like starts out really complex from the go, and I think I remember that being like a trait of Robin McKinley's books. But you know, if a child could follow it, surely I can follow it as well. So like, it's about this girl, this like Erin girl. She's part of the royal family. She's the daughter of the king, and like this woman who, like, in gossip is thought to have been a witch woman who ensnared the king into marrying her, like enspelled him. And sort of fueling that is the look of the kid. Like, the whole family is really like dark skinned and dark haired. Like, I'm envisioning these like olive-skinned Mediterranean beauties, but the girl herself has like pale skin and like bright ginger hair. So but she lives at a time in the kingdom when there's potentially going to be a civil war soon, like the western barons or whatever are causing trouble, and there's chat of some sort of like demon mischief or something that they haven't really explained a lot about, but I think it's something to do with someone says something and then people just automatically think it's true, like some sort of magic to make people think something is true that someone says or whatever. She has asked to go with her father on this like army trip or whatever to see these western barons, and he has obviously said no. In the family, like the house that she's living in, there's like all these cousins and like various members of the royal family, and so many of them really hate her and they think that she's just like the spawn of a witch. It's not a happy home. Anyway, we will see what happens. Currently, my husband is dealing with a new situation, which is that there's a huge crack and leak in the ceiling of the Airbnb that we're staying in. There's the bad boy, and this is how we fixed it. So that's like an official fix for leaks, right? It's like a technical fix. Yeah, we fixed it.
I'm gonna pick you.
I only got to chapter 5 in my book yesterday. But now I have to get to chapter 15 by the end of the day. Today we have to drive all the way back to Cardiff.
Mom, we need to go to Cardiff now, not stay here?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Cardiff today.
Now?
No, a little bit.
After, we're gonna go to Cardiff after this night.
No, in like an hour or so. Okay, I have to walk all the way down to the cafe with the little old ladies. About like a 10-minute walk away to get coffee, which is outrageous. But you do what you gotta do. Anyway, I am a little bit further in the book, and I really like it. It's so cute. Like, the girl narrator, Erin, she's got this really good friendship with her dad's wounded horse now. That is giving me all the feels. Also, there's been some talk of dragons, which I'm pretty excited about. But they're talked about as if they're like rodents, like really annoying vermin, which is hilarious. Well, I was actually listening to that guy read the book on YouTube this morning when I was getting ready, like brushing my teeth and stuff. And he's actually pretty cute. Like, he really likes the book, and he sort of like says every time he likes something that's in the book. And it's sort of like reading like a sort of buddy read, like reading a book with someone and like hearing what they think about it as you're reading it. So I'm gonna link it below if you're interested. It's pretty good. Okay, that coffee place is in like a little dinky shopping center with about 84 million outdoor clothing shops. Like, okay, I get it's the Peak District and people like to walk and stuff, but surely if you've come here to go walking, you've brought your own outdoor clothing. I mean, yeah, every once in a while there's going to be like a wardrobe malfunction or whatever, and you're going to need to go get a new coat. But is it really so likely that the 1 or 2 people, you know, that have a wardrobe malfunction and need another coat are going to be able to support 86 million different little outdoor clothing shops? I don't really get it. Also, for being in the middle of nowhere with nowhere to really get coffee, or buy beer or bread or anything. That is a ridiculously busy road. Lol, look at this cat. He's giving me some serious evils. Also, I kind of don't want to go back to the flat because James is torturing himself by watching the final of the rugby between England and South Africa, I think. But it killed him. Then Wales didn't get through and England did. At the wedding yesterday, the English people who were there were just insufferable about this, and it's killing him. But he's gonna watch it anyway. I don't really understand. Last blackberries of the season. Ah, maybe I could live in the country. Look, no, this coffee's terrible. I could never live in the country. Okay, are we headed back to Cardiff? You want to see Grandma? We're distraught. We got Hank in the back. Hank. Yeah, we got everybody. What?
I see something is missing.
Good. I really like Aaron as a character, and like there's a bit of like a budding love story as well. Like the heir to the throne, the king's heir, is like secretly in love with her, but she has no idea. We have now stopped for the second time for Anne went to poo. You know, on a day's work really. I spend the majority of my life waiting for her or my husband to finish pooing. Anyway, Erin in the book has now found a way to make herself fireproof through an ointment recipe. So this will be good for dragon fighting, I reckon. So Anne is done pooing, but now Hank has decided that he needs to poo. So now we're waiting for Hank to poo. I haven't said it explicitly, but I think that that's eventually going to lead to this situation. So I'm pretty excited for that. However, I'm nowhere near where I need to be for today. I need to get to here, chapter 15, in order to sort of be on track for all of my goals for life and for this book in particular. And I'm actually not there. I am here. So this part in the middle. It's roughly what I need to get through today, which is not looking likely.
Macy, Daddy needs a poo.
Y'all, can we talk about my badass Saturday night right now? I've got myself a log of shandy and my little bag of hula hoops and my middle grade kiddo book that I'm loving actually. It's super good. I'm so excited that I'm finally reading this book. I've wanted to read it for ages. Thank you, Believathon, for this opportunity to force me to read this book. But basically, it is all kicking off now for Erin in the land of Damar. She is like carved out this niche for herself in her father's kingdom, where she is the official lady dragon killer. She goes out and she like goes to all these villages that are being harassed by dragons, where they're just like burning things and eating children, and she kills them because she's invented this crazy goo or whatever that stops her from getting burned. Like, she's earning all this respect from people. People think that she's really cool and they love her, whereas before they didn't really know her and they were afraid of her because of all the rumors that she was like a witch child or whatever. And now we're about to get into some badass stuff because her father and like the heir to the throne, they've all gone off with the army to fight people from the north who have like I don't know, like they won a civil war or whatever. But at the same time, the Northerners, to sort of make them have to fight on two fronts, they've like unleashed this crazy, intense, legendary black dragon on the people just to like a different part of the kingdom. So the king and the heir, they're like, okay, we can't deal with this dragon now. It's like killing whole villages at a time, but we've got to deal with like the first threat first. Go north, sort that out. So this guy who's like run in just really quick on this like, you know, really weary horse, you know, riding hell for leather to say that the dragon is like killing their whole kingdom. He's like left in despair. He's like, oh, the king's not going to save my village now. But then thank God that the princess is there. She's like, I will help you. We're also now watching this because life is awesome. Okay, y'all, day 3. It is Sunday. We are on our way to Nero Cafe in our neighborhood to have some coffee and eat some sandwiches and do some book reading. This book is awesome! I am definitely like on track with the various completely stupid goals I've set myself. And I'm probably gonna reach the goal for today as well, even though I do have something coming up today where I have to bring a bit of fabric to this like place down the road in town to make my own dungarees. I don't know why I thought that was gonna be hilarious fun. But you know, it's gonna cut into my reading time. Fine, whatever. I'm gonna have amazing dungarees after that. Okay. It's the fabric I picked for my dungarees. Like, I don't want you to feel particularly jealous or anything, but these are basically going to be fire, so... Okay, so in the book so far, some really good stuff gonna happen last night, where, like, she slayed this really intense dragon, but she was, like, really ill afterwards because it really damaged her, like, it, like, flamed all this stuff on her. She's got really bad burns and, like, you know, broken ankle and stuff. But even after she's sort of like recovering physically, she's like haunted by the dragon, and I think it's like they've hinted at some sort of dragon poison or something. So she's gone off to like her mother's side of the family for like a bit of...
Are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about my book. You know that dragon one I'm reading?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you like it? You read a bit of it with me and you. Yeah. But now she's with like her witch mother's side of the family for a bit of like restoration, to sort of get a bit better, and also to like learn loads of crazy stuff like about her family and about why she is the way she is and all this stuff. Like, probably my updates from here are gonna have to be really vague because I do not want to like know all of the secrets of the book, because that is the magic. But this book is totally awesome. Basically, I will just say that. Y'all, I have to leave soon for my sewing thing, but I cannot do it because I'm gripped. I am so gripped, y'all. I'm like this far into it, like I'm almost done with it, really. I might finish it today. Why not? I'm feeling crazy. Okay, I know that the like chosen one trope or whatever irks people sometimes, or like that is some bullshit. But I just love it. I don't know why. Like, I think it's my Harry Potter roots, but I'm down. She is about to fight some serious evil all by herself. And I am eating it all the way up. Like, I can't cope. Okay, I seriously have to go now, like 5 minutes ago, but I am pissed off about it because I just want to stay home all day and finish the rest of this book. Like, I'm regretting all of my life choices. What was I thinking? But whatever. So I can do about it now. Holy crap, you guys. But we shall meet again. He nodded a third time. Gods of all the world, say something, she cried, in the hoarse style beneath her. I love you, he said. I will love you till the stars crumble, which is a less idle threat than is usual to lovers on parting. Go quickly, for truly I cannot bear this. She closed her legs violently around the nervous horse, and he leapt into a gallop. Long after Aaron was out of sight, he lay full length upon the ground and pressed his ear to it, and listened to the horse's hoofbeats carrying Aaron farther and farther away. I did not actually finish my book yesterday. Surprise, surprise. I fell asleep reading it because life is hard. But I have an annoying really ridiculous amount of pages left. It's only 2 chapters. Y'all, it's 15 pages. I'm so annoyed. I've got to work now. Oh, work is always getting in the way. I'm so annoyed. Like, I've been off for a whole week almost, or like very nearly a week for the wedding. And now this is the first day I have to go back to work, and I have like a bit of a cold, and I just think, oh, like, the amount of cold that I ever get is just like the really annoying kind. Like, I never get the really bad ones that let me stay home and just read all day. Like, I mean, knock on wood, you know, like, I don't want to get anything horrific, but like, if my cold was just like a little bit worse, like, come on, cold, like, you know, if it was just like dripping profusely and just couldn't stop it, and like my head was just like pounding, like, are you thinking about getting up? Anwen, you thinking about getting up? Huh? Mondays are the worst. Y'all, can we talk about the overalls I made? A blast of grief, of the deaths of children, of crippling diseases that took beauty at once but withheld death, of unconsummated love, of love lost or twisted and grown to hate, of noble deeds that proved useless, that broke the hearts of their doers, of betrayal without reason, of guilt without penance, of all the human miseries that have ever occurred. All this struck them like the breath of a slaughterhouse or the blow of a murderer. Y'all, I have done it! I finished it! It was The Hero and the Crown by Robin McKinley, and it was so good! I do really love Robin McKinley. Like, I read one of hers that I didn't like. It was like a Robin Hood one, and I think that really put me off because I almost DNF'd it. Like, I couldn't cope. But all the other ones of hers I've ever read have been amazing, and I need to just sort of like put the Robin Hood behind me and be like, it wasn't, you know, that's not what her writing is like. Her writing is amazing, and you know, she writes really well. The words she uses, the stories she tells, like, her characters are always really amazing. She has really good world building. Like, she's a proper like old school fantasy author who sort of like, you know, creates her own world and everything. Like, this was so good, and it was like a kid's book also, but there was like a bit of a hint of some sex in it at some point, and I was like, is this a kid's book? But I guess they do that in Disney too, don't they? Like, the kids aren't supposed to recognize that there's a hint of some sexiness. It's only the adults, you know? They like put a little bit of something in there for you guys, because, you know, they know that you've got to like watch the movie too. But anyway, that was my book to do with magic for the readathon. I am already like 4 days into this month and have only just read this one book. So it might be a bit of a problem reading all 11 books and also novellas that I said I'm gonna read, but you know, I'm not worried about this. Like, let's all calm down. This is a problem for later. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to my next one now. I think I'm gonna do Tuck Everlasting, which is my like prompt to do with a legend. I think it's the legend of the Fountain of Youth. I am on my way back to work now, but I forgot to say, if you read this book, please let me know. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you like Robin McKinley's other stuff, or if you don't like her other stuff, or if you know of stuff that's very similar to that stuff that I would maybe like, please let me know in the comments. I 100% want to chat about this book to literally anyone who has anything to say about it, because it was so amazing. I think it might be about to go on my list of favorite books, you know, like up there, maybe like a couple rungs down from Harry Potter. Like, that's how good we're talking about. You know what I mean? Okay, I gotta go.